This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Coffee Thoughts and Conversations with the BizChicks. Hey, I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. We are now streaming to multiple locations. So as you can see, we had to do some techie stuff, which is why Francine is so vital to this organization. We're streaming to YouTube and to Facebook simultaneously. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and I want to introduce my co host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. Now, today we're talking about distraction, the things that keep us from being successful in our businesses. There's so many things that can distract us. But before we begin, I want to thank everybody who's watching on the replay. I want to thank everybody who came back in with us because we had to go out and come back in. So with that, let's get this party started. How you doing today, Fran? Okay, are you muted?
I'm muted because there was a distraction outside. The garbage today is garbage day.
Of course.
And the garbage cans are coming by. Now, one of the things that I see here is that I can't reply to comments
Okay.
over on this like within the I
Chat.
can see them, but I can see the comments, but I can't respond to them. So I'll ask them about that after we get off the air because I'm like, why
Okay.
can't I see? Because it's almost like going to our group where you don't get to interact.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for the
Now there's comments on our hey, Coach Karen is here too. um I can see the comments on my phone, but I can't
okay, I can't see
respond
the
to them.
broadcast on my iPad. Wait a minute, where is was that it? I just pass it? Hold on.
I
Yeah,
could have. And let me
yeah,
see what's
there it is.
happening over. We are
Okay,
also over at bizchicks.live, which is our YouTube channel, and so we are live there as
okay. And
well.
then Christy is asking us, are you on the app or wait a minute?
Using an apps to stream. No, we're still using StreamYard, but we're using something called Restreamio that allows us to stream to more than one location. So, but Terry has suggested that we do this as a service for somebody, so you guys do not have to
Learn
figure it
all of
all
this.
out. Yeah. And so we will talk about that later. But right now, we're talking about distractions. In this morning's conversation, we were talking about um, the distractions. You know, our success is guaranteed. You know, success is guaranteed, right?
Yes, it is.
It is. Success is guaranteed. And a lot of people would think, well, no, it isn't. Well, it is. If you do successful activities, your success is guaranteed. Now,
Mm-hmm.
failure is also guaranteed. If you do activities or don't do activities, you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And so we were talking today on our morning call. We were talking about the fact that we will work hard working for somebody else. We will show up to work Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. or whatever the time frame is, and we will go all in. We, if anybody ever tried to get in our way, trying to get to work on time, we would dismiss them and we jump in there and we'd be there at that office on time, and we're sitting at our desk. We got our plan rolled out. We know what we're going to do for the day because we know we're going to get a check.
Mm-hmm. And
But
I'm telling you, we will show up early.
then it's your business. You now own the company. You don't show up on time. You don't have a plan, or you don't meet your schedule. So you're not there. You just said, whatever. I'm my own boss, so I can come and go when I please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We
Coach Karen
do.
Coach Karen talks about this a lot. You still have to have a schedule. you still have to run like you are going to work every day, because McDonald's has a system,
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks has a system,
Yes, they do.
Walmart has a system. Those companies, the doors are open whether or not we come in them or not. McDonald's is right now prepping breakfast, doing their breakfast run, and they do it every single day. The breakfast is being made right now. So soon they'll be flipping over onto hamburgers, and they will be doing the bun, the meat, the ketchup and mustard, the pickle, and the other bun.
All of
It
that.
over and over and over. And they have a certain time when they do all of that. But they're successful companies. The successful companies
And they do all of that. Whoops.
are successful. The successful companies are
Mm-hmm.
successful because they put into play a system. And Coach Karen says, yep, systems will make you win every time.
Oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, if you are not seeing the success that you desire, could it be that you don't have a system? One, two, you have a system, but you're not using it.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, maybe that's just one and two. You don't have a system, or you got one and you're not doing it. There's no other reason for not hitting your marks.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now we also talked about the fact that the question was like, well, if I knew that I was getting paid a certain dollar amount, I would always be there on time. But you get to set the dollar amount. How much money or how many cover ups do you need to make for a certain dollar amount?
There you go.
I was working on a book over the weekend. How many of these things do you need? Oh, Coach Karen said number three, you have no faith in your system.
Wow. There you go.
Now that's big.
That's major. And it's true. We have faith for everybody else's stuff. But for us, it's like, okay, it's not going to happen for me. Stuff comes out of your mouth. Remember, we said, that should say hi, Karen. Uh, remember, we said that when you take a thought by saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be careful which thoughts we buy into, because the minute it comes out of your mouth, it's going to bring that thing to you.
Because that's what you've been believing. That's what you expect. You've been saying the things that you expect every day. You don't expect to get no money. Because if you did, you'd be up out of the bed on your system
Excited.
about the next day. Ooh, you know what? I plan to do 5 sales today. So I'm up. That means I'm doing activities for 5 sales.
Listen, this morning I ran into, and I know this is off the subject, but this morning I ran into a homeless person. And they wanted to tell me all about why they were homeless and da da da. And she kept saying, but tomorrow is money day. Tomorrow is payday. She was expecting to be paid and she was looking forward to it. In our business, do we really expect
To get
um,
paid.
yeah, and because it's not on a given day every time, do you understand what I'm saying? Is that why we don't get up? Because we don't know for sure how much it's going to be or when it's going to be. But see, if we had a system and we paid ourselves every Friday,
Shut
no
up.
matter how much the business made, we paid ourselves every Friday. Maybe that's what's missing in a lot of people's systems. They
Okay, so
don't know when the money's going to come in.
and that's true. We also thought about up in the headspace, right? So the headspace, One, I think there needs to be a class when you decide that you're going to go into your own business. You need to go have a mind shift class, because you still need to be an employee of your own.
Yes. Do you
Do
understand what I'm saying? And you need
you,
to act like you're working for someone else.
right. If you have to split your someone else off over there,
Into
and
an avatar and make them the person that you report to.
Coach
Pay
Karen
yourself
says,
a small amount until you give yourself a raise. Exactly. So that you know when payday is. And here's the deal. If we had to hire an assistant, because a lot of people say I can't afford to pay myself because the business is not making money, but here's the deal, friend. If we hired an assistant, we'd figure out a way to pay them that $50, $30, whatever it was. Would we not? We'd budget that even if it had to come out of our current income. So maybe that portion should come out automatically out of the business and pay us, so we can say on Friday or whatever day we designate as payday, woo woo, kids, it's payday. I showed up this week because payday's coming.
and when you do those activities that lead up to the payday,
Mm-hmm.
then you win. Coach Karen said, and this is based on your performance. Oh, oh wait, you do performance reviews too? Okay, see, if we did performance reviews for your business right now, some of y'all need to be fired.
Here's the deal too. I noticed that, have you seen those booths where they give away the free phones? Okay, most of the people that they hire for that are people who have been on what we call our welfare system. It's an
Hmm.
opportunity for them to get back into employment. So they hire a lot of people who are looking for employment out of that pool. Okay, but the way they do it is they give them an hourly wage, and then for every phone that they place, they give them $2. So now you have the potential. If you place 50 phones that day, you got the potential to make 100 plus your salary. So now there's an incentive. So if we pay ourselves a small commission
Mm,
for every phone call or for every sale, is this not a different attitude toward it?
it is.
Now we're not concerned about if that phone call results in a sale. It's just that, are we making the calls? Because we know the calls bring in sales. So if we're just making the calls because we're going to pay ourselves 50 cents for each call.
Maybe we get on the phone and make the call. See, now because it's requiring us to shift differently. And see,
You see what I mean?
a lot of people have bought into that myth of, okay, so now I'm my own boss. I can come to work when I want to. I can do what I want to. But the things that you want to may not get you the check that you want,
Mm-hmm.
because you still have to go to work like you were working for somebody else. Can't get around that. See, your success is guaranteed. Starbucks has a successful system.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart has a successful system. McDonald's has a successful system. Coach Karen has a successful system. The people that you see making the six figures have a successful system. Even though, you're not going to make six figures in 2 days, they still have a successful system and they don't get off of it. This is what I do when I get up. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I do um, this is what I do when I get up. This is what I do at this time.
A routine.
Yeah, and it has to happen every day. Coach Karen is saying everyone needs to realize that starting your own business means you're a sales rep working on commissions.
I like it because it's a different mindset now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And do we really believe it? Well, when we see the 50 cents go in the jar, oh, and there's another 50 cents. So now I could actually earn a cup of coffee making these calls. Because most of the calls, Francine, do you not agree? Most of the calls we make, people don't answer. Most of the calls, people don't answer their phone because they're busy. So we're really leaving a message. So can you imagine how quickly that jar would fill up? And if you took that jar to the bank once a week,
That's your pay.
you would have maybe what, $50 a week or something like that, $30 a week, which is what, $120 to $150 a month, $200 a month.
You would have evidence of what you're doing. So the evidence comes out, you still do it every day. And then because you're doing that, somebody's going
Mm-hmm.
to answer the phone or somebody's
Mm-hmm.
going to call. Yeah, you know what? I've been meaning to call you. And now you have a sale
Mm-hmm.
that
Girl, I'm so
goes
glad you
towards your
called. How many times have you heard
to your
that?
bottom line.
How many times have you heard that? Girl, I'm so glad you called. I got such and such coming up. My friend needs a house. Da 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 da. So and so's looking for an apartment. I mean, just the opportunity.
Because you were in the position to hear the opportunity.
And what you just needed was some incentive to do what you're supposed to do. And I think, too, this morning we said, as far as distractions, one of the reasons why distractions can be so derailing is because we have not planned the day. And so we don't know how to get back on course because we were just going from activity to activity based on what we think we need to be doing versus writing it down, making it plain. And I
Mm.
know I used to set aside 45 minutes at the beginning of the day when I worked for somebody else, 45 minutes at the beginning of the day to review what I finished or didn't finish on the day before and bring that forward. So it's at the top of the to-do list, and then planning what else was going to happen during that day. Why don't I do that now?
Um, I can't answer that because I have to answer my own stuff.
You know what? I know why I do it. Because like my grandkids, I think I'm grown.
Oh,
And nobody is the boss of me.
and if you go in with that attitude that nobody is the boss of you,
Okay.
then it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, whereas I should be doing, because of what I believe and who I believe in, I should be doing everything as unto the glory of God. Now, if Jesus was sitting over here,
Well, okay, and we don't even have to go that high up. If it was the state of California, the
oh
city
my
of
God,
Sacramento,
do you
you
feel
would
me?
do better. You would be doing better if whoever and I don't know why everybody but us, we would do better.
We really would. I'm telling you, we would have the pom poms out rooting for everybody. Do we not? We're rooting for our kids. We're rooting for one another. But when it's time to run our business, where are the flipping pom poms, people? Woo, woo!
And that's why we're here to tell you today, pull out the pom poms.
Let's
Let's
get
get your
this
schedule together.
started. Oh my!
You know, the what I'm seeing most of all, Terry,
Mm-hmm.
is that we have got to have a the schedule is key. It is so key for everything that we do, right?
Absolutely.
I'm looking for something on here because I'm gonna pull this up and show you guys. And if you want one, we're gonna figure it out. Oh yeah, that's what I called it.
And once you have a schedule, I'm telling you, once I had a routine, it ran so much smoother. It really did. And I found that I didn't have to be at work late. I actually got things done and it was successful. I was a trainer, so I had to schedule my own workshops. I had to write my own material. I had to do the research. Da, da, da. So what I actually did was I blocked time to do these things. And then I had to call the people and make sure they had the room, make the contacts, make sure they were doing what they were doing. telling me how many people were going to show up, yada, yada, yada. There were a lot of pieces involved. I did not have a secretary to do this. I was, and I had to plan out 6 months ahead, 9 months ahead, make my own travel arrangements, show up at the airport, get to the airport. But because I knew what the process was, and when I got to work, I had a plan, everything got done. And
You
after
knew
a
what you
while,
wanted.
it was like a well-oiled machine.
And see, I think that's the part too, because it's not a well-oiled machine, we tend to stop and start and stop and start. But it's going to be a little hesitant every time you do it, because it's going to be mechanical. While okay, I need to go here and here, and I have a little flub up here and now, here and there. Like
Mhm.
today, we're learning how to do a new streaming to multiple platforms, and I'm like, oops, I need to make sure to turn that off before I do this, and it's working through the process. But a lot of times we don't want to work through the process. We
Well,
just want to be like, whatever.
well, we
I
give
don't
up.
want to
It's
do
like,
that.
oh, that's too hard.
Right. And you quit before you start. You quit because you think it's going to be uh, hard to do. And it's
Mhm.
really not difficult to do. It's just that you have to learn something new.
And,
Now, I'm going to share something with you. Go ahead, Terry.
and I
Complete
think
your.
one of the things that really changed my life was when I went to a workshop on planning, because people don't value, there are two things people do not value, which are essential to success in your business: training and planning. And they think
Mm,
it's a waste of
okay, say
time.
that again.
Training and planning are the two things people do not value, and they are the two things that are key to their success. You got
Right.
to train to get the system down, and you got a plan to implement the system. It and so because they don't value those two things, there's just sort of like what would you call it? Controlled chaos.
Mm. And you're running around chasing stuff. And I'm going to share this because we created a planner.
Mhm.
You got to create a pattern. There's a couple of comments over there,
Yes,
Terry.
I'm going to.
If you
I can show Karen's comment while you're doing that. It says, "Get your celebration song and dance your way on stage to perform, aka your office." But there's the truth. Business owners want to know the outcome before it happens. That, my friend,
mm,
is called your job. Do you ever wonder why some people never get moved up?
oh, because they didn't
No,
do the work.
because yeah, and they don't celebrate what they do. So what does it say? It says, so love you for saying that. Oh, okay. So she loves the fact that we have acknowledged it. Can we just stop and celebrate once in a while?
Okay, so here is this is the BizChicks success pattern. I call it a success pattern. Okay, so I might need to make this a little bigger.
Well, I can see it great on my iPad.
Okay,
And
so
mhm,
if you guys can't, so I'm going to just do that. Okay,
yeah.
so in this success pattern, you have, what are you going to do today? You make a list of things that you can do today. You need to have at least one thing that needs to get done.
Hmm.
Seriously. Down below that, on the left side, are phone calls that you need to make. Maybe it's call Aunt Millie. Maybe it's call the supplier for some more fabric. Maybe it's call to find out what the licensing requirement is for whatever. But there's a phone call that you need to place today. Down the middle, you can put your appointments. Now, what I tell people about this down the middle on the appointments and scheduled events, you already have it on your phone. You have it where okay, you told Siri or you told Alexa or somebody to schedule your appointment with such and such. That
Hmm.
schedule, that appointment should, this is just on your reflection in the morning. The paper one is a extension of the one that you have in your hand.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So in other words, if
Okay.
it's on your phone and you know you've already set the time aside, you might want to write it on this schedule also. Bring it on
Right. And
over.
this is the one that you do in your morning routine. This is
Mhm.
the thing that you check off in your morning routine. This is like a journal. This is like to help you get into the habit of doing something.
Mhm.
So over on the right, it says routines and wins. There's an AM routine, and I put stuff in there. You can change it if you want to, but I put it in there. Hydrate, because that's something we talk about.
Yeah.
Prayer and meditation. Um, review and plan. Review and plan your schedule. Review, plan, and schedule. Exercise or work out. Shower and shine. Get some breakfast. Do some industry reading, and then off to work. Okay, when we say off to work, we do mean your business. Or if you're working for somebody else, that fits too, but you need to go to work. Then you work on your work routine, connect with clients, have appointments, do some data entry, do some social media activities, only 15 minutes. And then what some more planning for your work. And then there are some blank lines for you to write in whatever you want. The PM routine, celebrate your wins. There's a place for you to write your wins down below, because sometimes we don't think we've done anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't think, you called and somebody decided, hey, I'd like to schedule an appointment to talk to you about listing my house. That's a win. Just because you didn't get a full on agreement doesn't mean that's not a win. Somebody called you.
Yes.
Somebody said they liked what you were wearing, and I want to know how to get more information about that. Those are wins. Do not despise those. So you're going to celebrate your wins in the evening. You're going to plan the next day's work. So on this little planner thing that we have here, there's got 31 days for it, and so you can plan the next day's work just by going in over to the next day, and in the to do and in the appointment list, you put them over there.
I love it because
Okay,
I'm very tactile, friend. So I love this.
right. And then you do some reading or watch something funny. This is before you go to bed. You don't want to go to bed with political crap on your mind, or murder or whatever. Find something funny. Find something to read that's funny. I think Coach Karen mentioned that something that's going to be light reading,
Mm-hmm.
not War and Peace at night. Prepare for bed and then rest well. And there's a couple of lines for something else that you might want to add to your evening routine.
and
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 then you rinse and repeat. Go ahead.
and I see you have notes there. So you might want
Yes,
to make a note to yourself. The kids need cookies for whatever tomorrow, or pick up luggage for summer camp or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that you get it done. So it's in your face, and then the next day, do you look back at day one on day two to make sure that there's not something you want to carry over?
Correct. You go back on day two, you look at day one and figure out what did not get done. Now, when I was using the day timer system,
Hmm.
on the to-do list, if it didn't get done, I would mark it, I would put an arrow on it
And
to show that it's going to the next day.
bring it forward. Yes. That's what I'm
Yes,
talking about.
if it got done, I'd either check it off or draw a line through it. I
I
like
used to
drawing a
draw a
line
line
through it
through it.
because I know it got done.
Yeah.
And just because there's a lot of lines there does not mean you're going to fill up all those lines. I don't think you should have more than 6 things to do in a day. Seriously.
It's just too much. And you can
Right.
always add things if you get the six done and you still have energy to do something else. You can go ahead and add to. But I'm with you. I never had more than four things on the list. And because I had to leave room for something I might have to bring forward. So I'd bring that forward, put it at the top of the list, and then add those other four, which I guess basically probably got me to six, huh?
Mhm. Yeah, but you still now I'm of the school, you got one major thing that needs to get done at all costs. There is one thing on that list that needs
The
to get done.
commitment.
The other stuff is like, okay, the other stuff can get okay, but there is one thing, that one call you don't want to make, or that one person you don't want to talk to, or
Hmm.
that one thing. I was like, oh, I got to do the plan for, I need to do the outline for my course. The things like, and you need to get that done.
Yeah.
Spend 2 hours on that. Maybe that's your 2 hours for that day to get that done. And the rest of it's gravy. You can celebrate the win. Maybe you do it in 25-minute sessions. We call those push sessions, where you push for 25 minutes. And then Coach
But
Karen said, but then you feel happy about your 6 things.
yes,
Yeah,
I do. I'm excited. I also like the fact that on this planner, friend, you've got expenses and reimbursements. Um,
right.
can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, because you spend money every day. So, for instance, over the weekend, I had two open houses. The first day, I spent $6 and some change on water. I
Hmm.
had to write that down. Oh, there's gas to get there. That need to be written down. The next day, I spent $6 on a lunch before I
Hmm.
did the open house, because you don't want to be eating while open house is going on. So I spent $6 there. So you have to, and I wrote that down.
Hmm.
Oh, I gave the reimbursement was for gas for somebody who went with me on the open house. So I had to write that down.
Hmm.
So I
Gotcha.
might have spent $26 yesterday. The day before that was six. So 6 and 6 is 12, and 20. That's what, $32 or something like that. 6 to 12. Yeah, $32
And the reason we
so
want to
far.
write these down is because if you're trying to figure out for the next open house, what's the estimated cost, you can set aside 40 or $50. You know what I mean? In the budget.
Right, because it was warm, and people were, you didn't want them parched, and you want them comfortable when they're coming through the house. So you are helping them
Hmm.
by you're helping yourself actually. And then, okay, what else did I spend money on? And then you're tracking it, because you're tracking your time and your money. In the
Mm.
notes, you're going to put down, what did you do?
That is really good. That is really good.
Right.
Today I did, today I sewed XYZ number of garments from this time to this time. I went to the fabric store. You know what I mean? Because you're wondering, where did the time go?
Right. Now, here, what I would like to share with you also is, you can take this, because, like I said, this thing has 31 days. It says day one, day two, day three, whatever. And in PDF, if you click on the top, it'll take you back. If you click right here, it'll take you back to day one.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, but you can take this PDF and put it in your notability if you have it, or in your notes if you have notes on the Apple iPad. You can put it in there and use your pencil
Which is
to
what I
write
love
on this.
about this. It's good
Right. And
because
so
before, the
I'll show
reason
it to
I
you
had a
before.
paper planner was because I wanted to. I'm tactile. So now you're saying I don't
Right.
have to do all of that. I can actually have the convenience of having it on my tablet and being able to write on it. Because I don't
Correct.
want to type. I really want to, you know what I'm saying to you?
Right. And I was trying to show it to you on the planner, but my notability did not. Let me see. It didn't kick back in
Or,
and
uh-huh.
do my. No, it didn't come over from my iPad. Let me see if I can
Okay,
get
so
it to
maybe
do that.
I can pull it up on my iPad. Do you want me to do that?
Let me see if oh, I got it. I have it.
Okay.
I got it. So I'm gonna go here.
Well,
Let me
here's
do
mine.
that.
I actually used it the other day. Can you see it? Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I see yours. Yes. What I wanted to show this though, let me show you what I'm talking about here. And we're going to go into it because I want to show you that you can move between. And I like the fact that it's working for you. See, that's the
Hmm.
thing. I did a whole lot of stuff, and I was like, this stuff ain't working.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. And I felt
Other
really
people
bad
had
because I'm
stuff,
like,
and I
I
was
really
like, oh
wanted it
my
to
god.
work.
So I am going to show you this. Now, this is my Notability app. So here's day one, day two. You can go through the days. Do you see this?
Hmm.
So day six is when I actually created the thing. But you notice how it says Saturday workout, do some stuff I did. Sunday was all day yesterday. I haven't written anything in there. I have to go back. But here, you see the AM routine, hydrate. Okay, so I
Hmm.
need to check that box off. Prayer and meditation, I did that. Um, and I have to get into a routine.
Yeah.
This was Saturday.
Yeah.
I have to actually,
Now you see
I
that?
worked on Karen's book. Yes. Karen, I worked on your book over the weekend. I had it all dialed in, and something happened in Grammarly, not Grammarly, what's the other one? The Hemingway app. I'm telling you, I was down to what, the third chapter, and I have to go back in and do it all over again. I was like, no.
Oh no.
But it's okay because I get to read the book again. You
Hmm.
all have got to get little dribbles. It's a really good book, and I was going through and doing some editing, and I was like, dang it. So I got another plan in place so that don't happen again.
Okay.
But I did the open house. I did the team meeting, and what else? So today is Monday. So I put BizChicks TV right here like this, and I'm doing this on my computer. So this is not my iPad, but this is BizChicks TV. And then whatever else I got going on. I did hydrate today. I did my prayer and meditation. I reviewed my plan. I got my exercise in. Haven't showered and shined yet, but I'll handle that. Haven't done breakfast yet. And today is the day off. So I really don't work today. I have some appointments that I need to do,
Uh-huh.
but I don't work. And some follow-up stuff that I want to do. So, but anyway, this is
I am
a
going to be
digital
using this.
format.
I really like it, and it's simple. It's easy to understand. I love this thing, and
Hey
because
Jay.
because I love my iPad, and so I know I will use this. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And that was the thing for me too, because nobody had created an app that allowed you to do that. And I was like, this is crazy. I need to be able to circle stuff. They all have notes, but nobody had a journal.
Format.
Even the people, right, the people who created Daytimer and Franklin Planner, there was not digital. I was like, this is not good.
Well, the problem is
So I'm
too, it's so complicated. I just want something. We don't do convoluted crap. That's why we started BizChicks. We don't do
right.
convoluted crap, people. Oh, Jay says, what was that again? Are you talking about the planner, Jay?
It was, and then we call it a, I don't know. You guys help us name this because it's a very simple. It has a planner, but it also has some benchmarks for you. I can put it back up.
Mhm.
It has some benchmarks. Let me see where I put it.
Yes, you're talking about the
Oh,
planner. So yeah.
because we all need to be able. No, not that one. Maybe that one. Du, du, du. Oh, I know what it is. We just need to do that and go like that, right?
Yeah.
Is it back?
Yes, it's back. You need to put it in
Okay,
the
so
window.
this is back. There we go. Okay, so this is the planner. Um, it's a planner, but it's also it's something for you to check off to get a routine together, because we go to work and we had a work routine. We go here, we go here, we go to lunch, we go here, we go here, we go here, we do this, have a meeting, go to lunch, or go home. And we had a routine for our work, but we don't have a routine for our business.
I think we should call it the planet.
Many of us don't.
I think we should call it the planet.
Nice.
IT.
It.
Planet.
Okay. So
PLANIT.
right. And Jay said call it.
Plant system.
Jay
planet.
said to call it. Jay said I call mine the system. Okay, Karen calls her. Oh, Karen says, let me put these up. Okay, you're doing it, Terry. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Name it Easy Planner.
Okay, and then Karen said, name it the system planner. And
she called hers the system planner.
Yeah, and I'm saying name it planet. So I'm going to put mine in.
And I'm going to look for some help into turning in this to an app, because I was like,
You know, remember that guy that we got the card from who creates apps?
They do the app. Yes. I'm going to go talk to people at Hacker Lab.
Because I think this is really nice. And I think Plan It is easy to type in. You know what I mean? It's hard to misspell.
And we just wanted, and you know, you guys, I'm gonna send it to Jay and Karen and whoever's here. If you want one, please let me know in the chat, and I will give it to you. Let you guys use it for a while and tell me what you. Oh, well, I think this, so that we could tweak it and get it out there, because I needed something for my iPad. I'm serious. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. On Notability, it allows you, so I need more note space, right? So I can go over here and click this. And what day is this on? Let me see if I'm on day 8, which is today. 7 and 8. I can click here and then I can add a page in Notability. I don't know if I can do that anywhere else, but now I got room to write more notes.
Oh, okay. I love it. So you can expand.
So I have a whole page.
Right.
That's the Notability.
You know what I like about this, Fran? Because we are trainers, a lot of times thoughts come to us, and this is one place I can jot it down. If I'm working on something, I can actually add a page and say, I want to do this, this, and this. These are the outcomes I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I could put the bones of a training on there.
Right. And everything is on a particular day. Now, at the beginning of the month, you're going to have to, you know, say this is on in instead of calling this Day Planner 2, it would be July 2019.
Yeah. Well, I put the date on each page anyway.
Yes, and that's good, but it's day 6. This is like July 6th, Saturday, July 6th. These are not blank. This is this would be day 7. That would be July 7th, July 8th, whatever. So again, Terry and I do not like having stuff that's complicated.
I'm just not trying to do all of that.
Oh, okay. Delia, we'll make sure that we get it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it out to you. It's a PDF. And if you don't have Notability, if you have an iPad, Notability is excellent for the iPad, especially for iPad Pro. And you can do so many things with that. And you can add it to your notes in iPad as well, because I did add it to notes. Yeah, I did add it to my notes.
This is really amazing. Guys, I just want you to remember, don't get distracted. And one of the ways to keep from staying distracted, because life is full of distractions, whether we recognize them as distractions or not, um, is to have a plan so that you have somewhere to go back to. We talked about this earlier today, Fran, about the navigation. Do you want to expound on that a little bit, or do we have time?
Yeah, we do. Go ahead and talk about it.
Okay. We were saying that when you take a road trip, you usually plan it out, okay, so that you know where you're going. But I made it. I made the analogy that when people, a lot of times when they're putting things together, like on Christmas morning with the bicycle, people don't want to read the directions. They don't want to look at the plans that come with how to put it together. They just jump in there, and the next thing you know, you got parts over here. It's over there, and the bicycle's falling apart as the kids riding down the street. They don't know why the chain won't stay on. You know what I'm saying, Fred? People, if you plan it, the reason why the plan is there is to make sure that you get the outcome that you're looking for.
Right.
Make the plan and then read the plan and follow the plan, so that if you get off track, you have something to come back to. You can say, so where did this go wrong? Well, did this, and this? What's missing? So you can tweak the plan. Oh my gosh. So that you can get where you're trying to get to. The
Right.
plan's there
Your
to help
success
you
is
navigate.
guaranteed.
Yes.
Success is guaranteed because you do successful activities
There you go.
and you stick to and sticking to the plan. Wait, having a plan, sticking to the plan, and what did Karen say? Having faith in the plan
Believe in
will
your
get you
plan.
successful. Right. It'll get you where you need to go. So with that, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in live and on the replay and Facebook and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying out some new things today. So thank you for bearing with us. We will see you tomorrow. We have TJ from TJ Online. She'll be with us talking to us and all things social media and digital marketing. Yes, Jay, believe in the process.
There you
We
go.
have to, and it's going to be good. And act like you're going to work for somebody else.
I like that. Act like you're showing up for somebody else, because we will do it. We
Right.
and then we apologize for being late if we're late. Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. Girl, do we apologize to ourselves? Girl, I'll get there when I get to it.
Mm-mm. And if just show up to, like I said, be like you were going to work for somebody else. Do the same thing for you.
Wow.
You'll see the success that you want when you do that. Okay, that is our time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with TJ. Then Coach Karen will come in and expound on a little bit more on Wednesday. Thursday is Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu. And Friday, we're talking tech and media. So join us again. Stay with us all week. You could have been somewhere else, but you decided to hang out with us, and we really appreciate it. So and if you're in the Sacramento area, there is a conference, a marketplace and ministry conference is going on July 9th through the 12th over at 2667 Del Paso Boulevard in Sacramento in the event center. If you can make it and you're in the Sacramento area, please come out. Jeff Street, Robert Rome. Yes, 7 p.m. Starts 7 p.m. Tuesday. But there's Jeff Street, Robert Rome, some more speakers
Keith
coming
Butler.
from all across the country. Keith Butler and many more people coming to help you get your business right. And it's right here in Sacramento. Just saying.
Don't miss it, guys.
Okay. Don't miss it. It's really good. So with all of that, we want to say thank you so much, and we will see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. And Terry?
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.